You've ran into another video. Welcome, my name is R-Techz. We're going to get straight into this. This is the top 10 annoying tank spawns in Left 4 Dead. And I know a lot of you are going to relate to this one. Let's get into it. So just to point out, these are going to be in no particular order. I'm just going to do, I put them in an order. This is all it is. They're just very annoying, each and every one of these. We start off with this one. The first annoying tank spawn I got to tell you all about, I've called Fire Tank. That's the theme of this, is going to be all like that. This one is just, I mean, there's not really many words to say. You're the survivor, you come out to this lift, voila, this tank has spawned right in your face, a hunter's come in, you've been charged. Unless you've got a shot and a bile, that might be your only chance of getting out, or if you're just a very coordinated team. And if you're the tank, it's usually quite easy, but you'll see about 20 seconds ago where I was a tank and I actually lit myself on fire. So that is never a good time. Overall, it's so irritating. And this one then I've called Bridge Tank. This one is another infuriating spot when a tank spawns. You normally spawn near either the Whitaker's shop or the gun store. I think they're the same thing, aren't they? Ignore that. You spawn somewhere near them. And your best chance, if you're playing as a tank, is to hit cars. I mean, I'm going to be honest, I've seen people get rocks from here, but because of these high fences, a lot of this is it seems to be luck. You know, people can comment it's a skill issue all they want, but how many times in a row could you wipe a team? If you haven't got specials there for you, then I'm sorry, but you're dead. And shamefully, most of these fights end up being the same. The tank gets pissed off, so he just waltzes down on the bridge and comes and taps the survivors. Usually he's on his own. One of these I believe you can jump over, and the other part of the bridge is an invisible wall, which I think is absolute wank. Valve, I mean, you know, I'm not going to go on a tangent there because I could if I wanted to. If you're a survivor, this is flat out boring. Rarely get wiped here. If you're actually good at the game, you know, you won't. It's not fun. This one has been duped Green Tank because it's in a greenhouse. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, it could be glass house. Oh my days. Greenhouse is what we're going for. This tank is just annoying. It made this list, so it must be annoying. Why have a tank this close when you know they can't spawn behind? Yes, you can spawn on the glass ceilings. Well, how great is that when they can shoot through it? Good luck trying to get any form of an attack going. If they're outside, like you can see now, the survivors might even commit suicide. But if the tank is, what the smart tank would do would wait for a smoker or something to drag them in and get them away from their other teammates and get them in this part here, right in the greenhouse where they haven't really got a chance of escaping. The specials need to be coordinated. You're not going to be able to do this on your own. And to finish off, as you probably would have guessed, if you are a survivor, what else is there to say apart from watch your six? You can just stay in here and wait the tank out. To be fair, wait for him to come to you. As long as you're keeping an eye on specials, you should have no issue whatsoever. Now I have dubbed this Swamp Tank for very obvious reasons. The tank here can only do so much. Now I put this as the whole campaign of Swamp Fever because I can't think of one good tank spawn. The only ones I can is the two right at the end of the finale. Needless to say, being a tank here is just an absolute piss take. If your specials aren't coordinated in any shape or form, you really don't stand much of a chance. You can just keep throwing rocks. There is water all around you, so that would save you from fire. But in reality, the specials you can't really crowd round the survivors too much. Well, the way they're planted in this map, it's the map itself is open, isn't it? That's what Swamp Fever is about. Now, survivors, it's best to just try and keep your distance. There's quite a few gas cans on these levels, I've noticed. Keep the mollies tight, and you should be fine, to be honest. And especially if you get a little lift like right here, well, then you're laughing all the way to the bank. Just be careful when you jump down, you don't incap yourself. I felt like I was going to sing the song Park Life, but no, it is Park Tank. This is the park during the parish, and this is nice and open. Take away the nice, and what is it? Just open. Now, admittedly, there have been some good battles with the tank here, but for the most part, it's hard to navigate around it. As soon as they get in the middle, they've got their tier 2 guns, so good luck with that one. They've already given them a couple melees. There was a damn kit usually on the Jeep. It's not easy for a tank. For survivors, it is easier just to keep moving around and stay around on the outside. You can go in the middle if you want to grab the guns by all means, but do not get boxed in. But it's just not that great a spawn point, and whenever it comes up, I roll my eyes. Just a quick one to say on this. This is boat tank. Now I have had some actually very good matches here where I've been the tank and vice versa, and it has been fun. But they're few and far between, and the sole reason why is the hittables. You've got the cars, you've got the dumpsters, and as you can see right now, that type of stuff gets me off. I'm sorry to say, it's just a kink of mine, wiping survivors, and it can be good, but overall this one is just on the tedious end if people don't get their act together. And if the tank doesn't know how to play tank on here, he has just got no chance. He's got all the water in the world, but that can't always save you. Terminal tank. Now this sounds like the tank's got cancer. However, moving on. This one is of course based in the terminal part. This is chapter 4 of Dead Air. One of my favourite chapters in the whole game actually, and it's one of the more difficult ones. But being a tank here ain't fun. It just isn't. The fact that they can go right in the corner, which actually when I did this footage, that didn't happen. You know, fair enough. If you're as dumb as this tank right now, you'll go straight into a gas can. Yep, kudos to you, my friend. And I mean, there's not much for you to do if you're a survivor. Something I would suggest not doing is starting the event, because then you might have a hard time, and you'd be idiotic to do that. So hopefully you're not that stupid and you won't be starting the event, but believe it or not, people do. I would just be careful. Keep watching everyone 6 and you shouldn't have any problems. The fact that the tank really can't hide that much here, it just tops it off really, doesn't it? And when I first had a tank here, fun fact, I didn't know how to get across the fence. So I guess who's really the moron? Sewer tank, this is what this one is. One of the most annoying tank spawns in the game. There's no doubt about it. No one could convince me otherwise. Why would you ever have a tank here, surrounded by water? In this footage here, I think that my specials were on holiday, and I'm glad they were enjoying themselves there because I got my arse beat. I'm not even ashamed to admit it. But usually they would go in the tank's favour if there are specials around. Now, I've seen people rush past this and do the event and try and get out. No one lives. Don't be that person. If you're a tank, best just to stay on the offensive, to be honest. Why even bother with rocks like I did? Just go straight in and maul them to death. And if you're a survivor, same as the one I said earlier, don't start the event. Try and stay out of the water as best you can. I know it's not easy because it's everywhere. But, yeah, annoying is what this one is. Let's say it how it is then. I'm just going to put it out there. My hands up, you know, you got me, whatever. This is car tank. And this spot is supremely fun with the tank. I cannot deny it. This is one of my favourite in the sense of this way around. Now, as a survivor, it's atrocious. There is cars everywhere, and these ones are not the ones on the bridge. They will one-shot in-cap you. There's no stumbling, no fucking around with that. Tank will have you in its clutches as soon as that car gives you a little touch to stay away. Tanks are just, I can't deny it. They're too damn fun playing that in this area. But apart from that, you can see why it's annoying. And the last one I've got to talk about here is church tank. This one is actually annoying in the sense that I couldn't get the right footage I wanted to. But in the place you see me right now, usually the survivors, if they're smart enough, would hold out in this corner. Now, what is the issue? There's many problems here because the tank will usually either crash the dumpsters into, or it will go on top of the cliff to the right hand side, where the specials can still spawn behind you here. Credit where it's due. It is not an easy feat to win as either tank or survivor. Survivor, you just gotta wait it out. As long as you do not get boomed, you're probably fine. But this is boring. How is this spawn fun in any possible way whatsoever? I don't want this, you don't want this, now let's all have sex. Wait, what? Well, then that's it. That about wraps the list up of the top 10 annoying tank spawns in Left 4 Dead. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please give it a like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff that all the YouTubers say. There will be another Left 4 Dead video coming soon. The next one will be top 5 worst custom maps. And there's going to be no holes bars, no filters. You're going to get what's coming to you. But anyway, bye!